All right, let's throw some gas on the fire for tomorrow's Big Friday. Spike the ego, build the confidence, um, and dig out some of that grit that we're going to need for Big Friday. Monday, Tuesday were hard days. Imam snatches on Monday. Imam clean and jerks on Tuesday. A lot of squats, a lot of presses. We got the bodybuilding workout going out for the double days. Nice job to the team. Good job yesterday. Good job today. Working on speed, technique, and mobility. Breaking up the lactic acid, moving fast, working the power lines, hitting some shoulder presses, hitting some back extensions. These are the days that add up for the big PRs and the big days. You got to dig out the gold medals from the dirt, baby. They don't grow on trees. And so tomorrow we're going to max out. Max out Friday. It's going to be a big day. Not only are we going to max out, but we're going to hit some drop sets. We're going to hit some high volume squats. We're going to do some press work. We're going to do some pull work. It's going to be a tough day. We're going to eat big Friday night. We're going to get ready for Saturday. Saturday is going to be the toughest day of the whole week. And then Sunday, I have a program coming out. It's going to be an active recovery program. And I really need you guys to follow this team. Okay, listen, I've been nice. I've been nice on Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, I was hard on you guys Monday, Tuesday. I've been nice to you Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to have fun Friday. We're going to push it Saturday. And I need an active recovery day on Sunday. I need you guys finding water for this. I need you guys finding a sauna and a steam room. Okay, we'll discuss that later on a separate podcast. Let's get into it here. We're going to break down and screen share the Donnie Shankle and John North motivational video and go over some details with grit and ruggedness and hard training. And I want this podcast to push you guys to get after it. Love your life or change it. And to go wild. It reminds me of Erin Huss on the CJ workout on Tuesday. Really tough, but at the end, she slammed that bar and she just let it out. She let that monster out. She was just yelling and fist pumping and throwing her belt and going crazy. And this is the release that weightlifting can give you. You got built up stress and frustration in life, and you could just go into the gym and just let it out. And this is why I slam bars back in the day. You know, I had to slam bars. I had to yell. I had to go crazy because it was just inside of me. I couldn't hold it back. The monster inside of me, and it's inside of you as well. You know, don't cage the monster. Let the monster out. Get in there with your skeletons and play the violin. That's what Team Do is all about. That's the Dark Orchestra. Don't neglect your past skeletons, even if they're painful and they're crying and it's hurtful to go back and encounter these emotions. You got to sit down with the skeletons and play the violin and get to know them, build a relationship with them so you can move forward. The best way to move forward is to embrace your past. Not saying it's going to be easy, but that's the best way to do it. I wouldn't have achieved anything that I've achieved in weightlifting if it wasn't for the writing. When Coach Penlay gave me the blog and said, write, and I started to express myself on paper, the feeling I got was sitting down with my past skeletons and bonding with them carried over onto the platform for the big slams, for the big hard training, and that big ass attitude. Okay? Let me just pop up on YouTube here for the comments, and then we'll get right to the video. Live. Here we go. And perfect. Okay, Huss is on, just talking about Huss. Into the darkness. Yeah, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Let's fucking go. Let's get to the cheese moon here, and let's go hard on the paint. If you ain't maxing out on Friday, you're a softie. I'm just going to say it. You know, I mean, listen, I have some athletes that are maxing out on Saturday. They're moving some days around. That's not what I'm saying. If you're maxing out on Saturday, great. But you should be maxing out once a week. If you're not, you're a softie. I'm just going to be honest with you. Oh, well, geez, you know, coach. There's Olympians that don't max out once a week. That's fine. You're not them. Are you an Olympian? Are you a national champion? Are you on the world team? Are you on the Pan Am team? Probably most likely not. So stop comparing yourself to these genetically freak athletes. Stop thinking about other people. If I say max out once a week, max out once a week. Practice the sport of weightlifting. Let's get into it. Fucking softies. All right.
Pretty much figured out how to get to the top. It just takes a certain type of rugged individualism to go get it.
Okay, Huss, how's the volume on that from your end? You might be a little bit delayed on the YouTube. That was Donnie Shankle giving the secret to weightlifting, by the way. Let's go back and listen to that one more time.
Pretty much figured out how to get to the top. It just takes a certain type of rugged individualism to go get it.
Takes a certain rugged individualism to go get it. Are you rugged? And by the way, it says to go get it. It's not going to be given to you. Thank you, Huss. There you go, Hawkinson on the chat. Let's go, baby. Nobody's going to give you these gold medals. Nobody's going to give you these comp qualifications. Nobody's going to give you these PRs. Nobody's going to give you an easy climb on a reclimb from, obstacles with, life set you back a little bit. Now you got to reclimb the mountain. Maybe a little bang up injury. Now you got to reclimb the mountain. Nobody's just going to give you an elevator and say, okay, just take the elevator to the 20th floor where you left off. Here's a ski chairlift up to halfway up the Mount Everest mountain where you left off on the base camp. Now you got to go get it. How many athletes have I led to the water, but they won't drink? As a coach, I grind and I fight. Here's the water. Here's what you got to do. Let's go. And of course, they have all talk, but when it gets to actually drinking the water, they disappear. You have to be an athlete that's going to drink the fucking water. Donnie Shankle took me in with Coach Penlay here and said, hey, we're going to show you where the water is. But you got to be a journeyman. You got to march with us. You got to want it. You got to desire it. And then when you get there, you got to drink it. Nobody's going to force you to drink the water. Nobody's going to dunk your head in the water. You have to be a rugged individual to drink that water. And are you rugged in your own individual way? Are you grinding every day with family and with work and with training and with meets? Are you reclimbing the mountain? Are you pushing the weights? Are you maxing out once a week? Are you truly loving your life? Get crazy. Let the monster out. I don't know how hard I can yell this into the mic. Y'all are being too timid. Y'all are being too soft. Y'all are being too insecure with how people view you. Fuck what people think. Be you. Go crazy. Train. Lift. You want to max out? You want to do the snatch, clean, and jerk? I mean, it's insane to me that in the sport of weightlifting, it's actually controversial to tell someone to do a snatch, clean, and jerk heavy once a week. It's a freaking messed up sport we're in, guys. The last few podcasts, I've talked all about it with the technique scams, the programming scams, the coaching scams, the price for online memberships, all the bullshit that we've talked about the last few days. It's a dark, twisted world. You know what? There's one word that's the problem with weightlifting. And that is power. That's all they fucking care about, guys. They care about power. They want full control of you. They don't want me on this microphone telling you what real street technique looks like, what real programming looks like. They don't want Donnie. Do you ever hear anybody talk about Donnie? No. Shh. Shut up, Donnie. Shut up, Coach Penlay. Shut up, Dave Spitz. Shut up, John North. They've been saying shut up to us since 2007. Shut the fuck up. Because they don't want me on this mic saying this. What do you think happened to Klokov? Y'all know about the Klokov story. Seminars, money, coaching, programming went against the grain with Russian weightlifting. They said, if you don't stop, we're going to uplift the P. We're going to uplift the fee. We're going to take the money off the P. Actually, you know what? Come to think about it, if you don't retire, we're taking the money off the P. That's 1,000% what happened. That's a fact. So Klokov was forced to retire. And then a few years later, they said, fuck him. And they still took the money off the P. It's a dirty world, man. It's a dirty game. It's amazing to me that it's controversial for me to say bend your arms in the pull. It's amazing to me. It's controversial to tell you, the listener, to snatch, clean, and jerk to max a minimum once a week to do the sport of weightlifting. Yeah, sometimes I sit back and it's like, man, this is just filled with softies, man. Crazy. Are you rugged? Are you gritty? Attack these weights, have fun, let the monster out. That's what the weightlifting sport's all about, man. Everything else that's talked about is bullshit.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're...
Okay, right there. So Donnie Shankle right here, 201 to beat Klokov by a kilo. Very famous battle here. Notice the confidence here after he smokes the lift, hands out. Let's go to
finished.
He goes no to Klokov.
We're in hell right now.
Oh, it gets shut off for the... He puts his finger up for number one in a second, but he says no to Klokov, me number one. He holds up the middle, his number one finger, his pointer finger. See, this is confidence. And just like my last video with the 160 snatch, I talked about the mindset of walking up to the bar. Calm, focused, in the zone. The monster's inside, just dying to get out. And then I smash 60 for the gold medal. Jump up and I go crazy. Same thing with Donnie here. Calm, focused, nervous. Donnie used to get very nervous before competition. Walk up 201 to beat Klokov because he was clean here at the time. It's a whole different podcast. Donnie crushed him for the win, and now here comes the ego. Here comes the true confidence, the monster inside. The unbeatable Donnie Shankle. Klokov couldn't even have beat Donnie. Donnie's never lost. I mean, he went 10 plus years without losing. He broke every record, won every meet, competed at a high level, of course, internationally. One of the best resumes in weightlifting as an entirety. The lion killer. This man was unstoppable because he had the grit. He had the grind, and that's what I want from you guys. Let's keep going.
We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me.
Is squat all the time, every day. Squat all the time, every day. You see these 50s? Look, your left, Donnie's right in front of Mark has. Those 50s inside were big green plates. You might know this from the old school videos, but those never got taken off. So if you came over, you got 120 on the bar. Well, I'm bad at math. 50. Someone help me. Chase Durham's calling me. I'll call him right back. But that's where you started. You worked up from there. We squatted all the time, every day. You know, Donnie's got the shirt off. That's the other thing too, is take the shirt off, guys. You know, girls, take the shirt off, sports bra on, whatever. Let's get rugged just by the way that we look. Stop trying to, you know, what is up with these meets now with the model walkway? I feel like I'm back in high school and everyone has to try to look as cool as they can with all the swagger. What is this, a modeling show? You got to show up to meets rugged, man. Rough and rugged. That's what you got to do.
And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us.
And listen, at the highest level, as we talk about Donnie, and I'm going to come up next with some lifts, you're going to miss lifts in competition. Deal with it. You got to be mentally focused to come back and make the fucking lift. Okay? You got to come back and make it. Or you got to go heavy on the third for the win. If you don't make it, there's always next meet. There's always next session. Stop with the pouting. Weightlifting should never be glass half empty. Not once has Donnie ever pouted. Not once. Okay, there's been some punches in the wall. There's been some kicks. There's been some F words. There's been some throwing of weights. There's been some pissed off moments. I'm not saying don't have emotion, but you should never walk away from a training session, walk away from a competition in a bad mood and saying that sucked. I could have done more. No, you just get back to training and you seize the next opportunity in front of you. This is another good reason to compete often. Always have something on the calendar to look forward to train for another meet. If you do good or bad. But you got to go for big lifts. What was this right here? 208? 203, something like that. Donnie missed behind right there. Dang it. But guess what? Either come back or make it or on to the next. Okay? Let's move on.
Or we can fight our way back.
Yeah, see right there, Al Pacino, or fight your way back. That was 208 at 105. Right there. Close. Missed behind in the jerk. Look at Donnie here in the Flow Elite documentary. Rubbing the bar. Looking at the bar. Fully focused. One-track mind. And let me tell you something. You can have a one-track mind while still doing many things in life. You know, Donnie likes to talk about how he was a one-track mind, but it's not. Let me just break it down for the people listening. Donnie was also coaching. Donnie was a trainer. Donnie was, before weightlifting, was a Marine fighting for this country for 4 years. Donnie was cooking. Donnie was helping Dave out. He was doing a lot with the gym at Cal Strength. I mean, Donnie did a lot. He was a writer. He read the Bible cover to cover on his blog. Like I said, he was an author. He was writing a book the whole time. He was doing videos. I could go on. So you got to understand, Donnie was doing a lot, but also he was training full time all day, and he was focused on weightlifting. So when I sit here and say like, hey, you got to just drop out of college and just focus on weightlifting, I'm not saying that's all you have to do, but structure your life to dedicate at least 6-7 hours to training. Have a side job, do this, do that. But 85% of your attention should be focused on going to the Olympics. Now, if you're a master's lifter and you got more responsibilities, take what I said, drop the percentage a little bit, move some stuff around, make it relevant to you. But for the 22-year-old out there, 6 hours needs to be dedicated minimum per training. 6. Period. Caesar, for example. Caesar's going to win senior nationals in 4 to 5 years. Okay? Now, mark my words. Now, I've been saying this about weightlifters for decades. And most of the time it never happens because you can lead them to water and they don't drink. They all end up quitting. But I really do think that Caesar is going to be that guy that pops off. I believe in him. I love him. He's got it. Now, I think he's going to win senior national. That's a huge deal, especially at 30 years old right now. I mean, he's climbing good, and he's going to do it. Is Caesar going to go to the Olympics? Maybe, maybe not. But I tell you one thing, his chances of going to the Olympics would be way higher if he quit his job right now and trained with me 6 hours a day. But am I telling Caesar to do that? Absolutely not. He's got a fiance. He wants a family. He's got a great career. I think winning a senior national title for Caesar starting at the age of 30 would be a massive, 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 massive accomplishment. But the 6 hours a day would get him on Team USA. See, more is always the answer. It's more about structuring your life to dive all in with something. And you need to sit down tonight, no matter what level you're at, and say, can I do more? Can I structure more? That's all I'm saying. And the only thing holding athletes back from that is a lot of the power tripping coaches and programs out there that'll tell them less is more. Huss knows people I'm talking about. Everyone knows people I'm talking about in the sport where their coach actually holds them back from their true potential. It's one big scam. We've been talking about the last 5 podcasts. It's like technique. They're going to tell you to keep your arms straight. They're actually going to get mad at me for telling you to break your arms. They're going to say that catapult and triple extension are the same technique, just in different terms. These are scams. This is what you call by a pyramid scheme. Okay? You cannot be around anybody who's going to hold you back. If someone's holding you back from the sport of weightlifting, you need to burn that fucking ship and you need to let the fucking monster out. What does John North know? I'm telling you everything I fucking did. If you want to listen to some other bullshit podcasts where no-name weightlifters have never really truly dove into the world of true grit and grind and darkness, then fine, listen to them, but I don't want to fucking hear from people like that. I don't want to hear from anybody that hasn't experienced true darkness in weightlifting. And I don't have to fucking do this podcast. I don't fucking have to do this podcast. I'm financially set up. Everything's fine. I am the most blessed man in the world. I have the best family in the world. Financially, I'm good. I'm not sitting here saying, join the team, plug, sponsor. I'm literally just doing this podcast because I truly fucking care. I truly want people to understand that you could be better than what you're doing right now. Fuck your podcast. Fuck your plugs. Fuck your team. Fuck all of that. It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. Be the best you can be. That's the whole point right now. But getting that across through all of just the weakness in the sport of weightlifting, this podcast won't even reach 400 people probably. This podcast won't actually reach the people that need to hear it. And that's why I go to the meets and people lift small weight. And they wonder why they're not progressing because they train 5 days a week. Gosh, man.
Into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you.
See, I can't do it for you. I'm trying to watch the video, but I just keep hearing the Al Pacino speech. It's like the Al Pacino speech has actually stole the podcast hype. You know, every inch. Grit and grind. I can't do it for you, but I can be there with you. I'm not going to push you, but I'm going to pull you, like we talked about a few podcasts ago. Again, you got to be gritty. We see Donnie here just attacking these meets, attacking training. And truly, I just want you guys to love it. Love it. Go all in with it, man.
I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, it
was a close miss here. You see the hug with Donnie. That was right after I snatched 175, the most I've ever snatched. Listen, there's no secret to weightlifting. There's no secret. You need to train all day, every day, and give it your best. You need to eat hard, sleep hard, and like Donnie said, you got to have true grit. That is the only secret to weightlifting. The what's holding you back from hitting big numbers and reaching your true potential and reaching these medals. And I don't even care if you're a master's lifter, you can do it. If you're a baby master around 33, 34, 35, now the Cohen division, right, is 30 plus. If you're a baby master, you could win senior meets. My plan for Erin Huss, even though she just won Masters Nationals, is still to win senior nationals. Because I'm not going to put limits on her because I know she could do it. What's going to hold you back from your true potential is all of the other noise that's surrounded weightlifting. That's what it is. It's the noise. Right? It's being around weightlifters with a negative attitude that believe that people need to come to them, that they need a program that fits themselves, they need a technique that fits them, and they need a coach that's going to basically coddle them. If you're surrounded by athletes like that, you're going to go down and their ship is going to go down with you. You both are going to go down. You have to attach yourself to rugged men and rugged women. They're going to journey on and then drink the water when it's there. Period. This is why all these people that I've been naming the last few podcasts, the Jake Reetzes, the Harley Burks, right? The Freiburgers, all of these guys, the Alex, Mullet Alex that used to be on the team. I'm forgetting his last name. Right? All of these lifters over the years that just come and go and they fade. They never win. They never achieve. All they did was talk. Is because you can't get them to drink the water because they don't know true darkness. Embrace the dark to see the light. Right when that athlete starts to look for the light, they're done. You got to embrace the dark. It was like Cal Strength back in the day. The door would open. I'll never forget sitting there on the bench. The light comes through because right where we are, it's like pretty much we're always inside. Think about it. I spent over 5 years at Cal Strength in a gym from sun up to sundown. Even on the weekends, the only sun that we saw was when we went up for lunch to get our vitamin D, and on Sundays, that was the only light that we saw. So when you're in the gym, you don't really get to see a lot of light. And then people would open the door and the light would come through, and we never knew what time it was. It was always like Las Vegas, right? There was no clock. We had no idea. And then I'll never forget, Spencer Mormon once looked over at me. The door opened, the light came through. He says, "Don't look." I said, "Wow, fucking hell, man. Where am I? Don't look." Oh, you want to talk about a dark comment? You want to talk about the darkest comment you've ever heard in your life? As I, by the way, have this horrible jerk attempt just paused on the screen. I'm fighting, though. That damn lockout. Speaking of that, you got Spencer Mormon looking right at me next to Rob Earwicker. Look at Max Zeta. Look at Jared Enderton with the mullet right there. You got Coach Penley sitting there with, I think, Scott Asaka. I think that's Scott Asaka right behind Spence. This is the old school crew right here, by the way. Don't look. Can you fucking believe that? Dang. I just remember putting my head down and being like, what the fuck? What have I gotten myself into? This is crazy. Year after year in a gym with no sunlight. And I'm just trying to survive. Trying to be somebody. I already knew at that point I was a college dropout. I got no skills. All I got is this body that can move. And I used to just think to myself all the time, like if I could just if I could lift a certain amount of weight, I could be set for life financially, support my family, and be someone. Isn't that interesting? That's it. If I could just lift a certain amount of weight, if I could just put I remember looking at the bar and just being like, if I could just put those weights on and lift it, I could make a whole life for myself. I could be champion. Right there. Just those weights. Think about that. It's like a marathon, right? I just want you to think about this for a second. If I could just run 26 miles at a fast pace without slowing down, I can make a ton of money, support my family, gather up tons of sponsorships, and go to the Olympics. And then coach for the rest of my life and be set. I could be someone. I can make a name for myself. If I just run kind of fast, if I run not even fast, kind of fast, for 26 miles, 26.2. What the fuck? What is stopping you? What is stopping somebody that run kind of fast without slowing down at a strong pace for 26.2 miles? Tiredness? Fatigue? Is it hard? Do you need water? Do you need your gallon water jug at the gym? Of course not. I mean, yeah, you got to grab them off the table real quick and throw the cup down, yeah. I got a little bit of marathon experience. Never ran a race, though, but I digress. Isn't it interesting, though? I just want you to think about that for a second. Even if you don't love marathon running, just think about it. And the great thing about marathon running, too, it's one of those sports that, like, you could do right now. Like, I know there's, like, track and field federations, but come on, let's be real. It's just different. Running the 100 and the 400 and going to these track meets and I don't know. The marathon is one of those where, like, anybody anybody, just any no-name person can train, go to a marathon. Let's say a male can run it in 220, which would be the Olympic qualifying total. You could run it in 220. What is it? 218, 220, 222, something right around there. And then you just qualified for the Olympics. What's stopping you? Same thing with weightlifting. I remember looking at the bar being like, I could just load a few more weights and I could be on the world team, Pan Am team. I go to the Olympics. It's that simple. Stop overcomplicating it. So now I would look at the bar and I think as I'm sitting on this bench with Spencer Mormon, he's telling me not to look at the light. Don't fucking look at the light. Don't look at the front door. Like if I just work really hard and I just do what coach says and I try to keep up with Donnie, I'm going to lift these weights. It's fascinating. If you really view it that way, it makes you want to get up right now and just go lift weights. Let's keep the video going. Yeah, embrace the suck. Nice job, Huss. Here we go, baby.
I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can.
By the way, I'm going to pause it there. YouTube's a little delayed, but if you see it here, here's 166. 166 snatch. This is the American record. Sorry, I'm being a little prideful right now, but more reminiscing of the journey and how this weight locked. It felt really good. The pull felt nice. I snatched 160 right before this. Second attempt, we went 156. This was to beat the Russian. I've talked a lot about this competition. 156 went up to 162 for 2. Whack, whack. 94 kilo class. 166 American record. Snatching, and we just got off the Catalyst competition for the state meet. Went 163. Broke the record there. I was snatching 162, 166 in training, as you guys know from the Cal Strength videos. And so that's why Coach put on the 166 for another American record. Just look at this right here. Right there. Look at that. You know, have you ever had one of these meets where you lock a bar out perfectly? I mean, you put this lift on a poster right here. It looks perfect. Notice one thing, though. I don't got a lot of eagle lock here. My torso's just not pulled through enough. My chin's not down enough. You know, my wrists are good. They're locked back. I got good stretch in the lock, but I just wasn't able to really fight for this. I should have just dropped the hips a little bit more. And then just right there. Gosh, man. I sat there for... I was the last lifter in this session, of course, so there was no like rush for me to get off stage. I sat here in this position. There's video of it probably for like a solid 15 seconds. Just face buried in the hands. You know, and this was a tough one because it wasn't for me. Like I wanted to give Coach this record really bad. You know, this would have moved me up in the Olympic qualifying total as well. I was trying to score enough points internationally for us to get more than just one person. You know, full teams, I would have been a multi-Olympian. I don't mean to be prideful again, but you got to understand, Donnie could say the same thing. I was always behind Donnie, but full teams, I would have gone twice, just like we have lately. But we took one guy for 3 straight Olympics, the GOAT Kendrick Ferris. It's a tough time to be a weightlifter if you weren't Ferris. And all credit to Ferris. He's the GOAT. He's the man. He's the greatest American weightlifter to ever live. Kendrick Ferris. But this 166, golly gee. But it's okay. You just got to get back to it. And this is life. This is weightlifting. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. You just got to go for it. That's all you can do is give it your best.
I pissed away all my money, believe it or not.
That's very true, by the way. It's a true story. You guys know about the Mill story. Medically, almost went bankrupt, lost everything. But we won't go down that trail. Spent a lot of money, moved around a lot of money, did a lot of things, didn't save, wasn't smart, young, dumb, young pro athlete. You know, seminar days was monopoly money, and it was just wild. It was a wild journey. You know, it was crazy. Look at that. Look who's next to me here. See? Mm-hmm. Let's keep going.
I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football.
Right there. So you see Donnie to snatch 168. Again, 168, 105. And that was just a local meet, consistent. You'll see videos of Donnie, you know, internationally, nationally, locally, state meets. No matter what, you always see Donnie going heavy. Right? Here's me, 152. To come back after the miss there. I don't know if this is my second. Let's see. Yeah, third attempt right here. So 152K at the local hassle-free meet. This was a meet where 2 days before the competition, Glenn said, we're leaving Saturday morning. There was no taper, right? There was no, hey guys, we're going to do the hassle-free competition in San Francisco. This is Kevin Doherty's gym. We're going to, D. Yeah. Wow. Will, I was waiting for the chat. Yeah, that's a D. Famous a D. That's a D back in the day, right? Now she's blown up, you know, doing amazing. Has a beautiful family. She's got one of the biggest nutrition companies in the world. And let's see if anybody can get in the mail sitting next to her. Will's going to get it. Will's going to get it for sure. And by the way, he said something really nice to me in a short that went kind of viral about a year ago. I do really appreciate it. Should get him back on the mic one day. What was I just saying? Oh, there was no taper. There was no week taper. No, this was 2 days before we train hard. Coach throws us in the truck. And here we are. There's no 6 for 6. I've never gone 6 for 6, by the way. It's the Penley method. There's no open light. There's nowhere to just make lifts. Every single meet we went to, we tried to kill the wolf. Now, if you got a different strategy, that's fine. But it was like I was on the phone with Kramer. Kramer's coming off these massive national meets. AO finals, Arnold, he's crushing it. Open heart surgery a year ago. All-time PR at the Arnold. And he goes out to this local meet last weekend and hits 144 PR total. He goes, I'm fucking going crazy, man. I'm going balls to the wall. He's like, it's a local meet. Put it on the bar, no pressure. See, it's interesting in weightlifting, we have it backwards. We think weightlifting meets locally, we just need to go light and train through. No, local meets, for the most part, are a great way to just go crazy. Open heavy, go for it. Just jump off the waterfall and try to catch a bird in midair with a knife in your teeth. You know, I think that a lot of weightlifters get it backwards there, but train hard all the time. 6 hours a day is minimum. And every single meet you go to, and we did a meet every weekend, almost every weekend, literally. Very rare that we didn't do a meet. And so we were in a truck, either Friday or Saturday, driving around California, doing a meet, flying to a national meet, doing a meet, Grand Prix in Colorado, doing a meet, at a village for 2 weeks at a USA meet, somewhere in South America, Paris, around the world, doing a meet. You know, if it wasn't a meet, it was some training hall in Bulgaria or, you know, going down to the Alico Center with Ivan Avajev, you know, Chicago, the Alico headquarters gym there. I mean, I could go on. It was constantly traveling, chasing kilos, chasing big lifts, and chasing PRs. There was no such thing as a fucking light day. There was no such thing as a light week. There was no such thing as a fucking deload week. Where does this shit come from? Again, it's hard to not be a little cocky and prideful when I'm trying to make a point to you. That we slayed the game for a decade plus, but nobody wants to do the shit that we did back in the day. Where does all this noise come from? The don't wear straps to wear straps. The soft programming, the bad technique advice. The train less is more, more is better. The deload, where does this shit come from? It's just, man, I'll let the monster out on anybody. I'll tell you that right now. I'll let the monster out on anybody. Hayden, there you go, Will. Man.
Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Yeah, so the inches we need are everywhere around us. Al Pacino's saying it better than me. You know, we talk a lot about how every day is an opportunity to PR in some form or fashion. And I do believe that. I think anybody listening right now, you got to go out there and you got to try to get a PR in some way. Like power is complex, is volume. You know, well, geez, John, the program is basically just percentage. Hey, program's minimum. If feeling hot, go out. What? Josiah out of Switzerland. No, Sweden. Just today, hit a PR front squat. I go, well, wait, hold on. Was that yesterday? Let me see here. Yeah, today. Today. We had 75% front squat. He said, I was feeling good. I went up, hit a PR, 140. You know, it's my athlete at Sweden. He's the man. Love Josiah. And it just goes to show you right there. Program is always minimum. Look at this right here, by the way, if you're watching the YouTube here, not just listening. First Cal Strength video ever produced, ever filmed, ever posted. If you scrolled all the way down to the very, if you found the very first uploaded video, this is it. You know what this video is from? This is on the computer in the back of Cal Strength. Oh, look at the YouTube. It's showing the emails. Look at that. This isn't back at Cal Strength. I think it was Max or somebody filmed the computer screen of this is Max Ada and Donnie Shankle doing tug of war. This is the original Cal Strength gym before we moved into the one that you guys know about.
Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
Look at Max right there. Look at that. Hey, Max is an OG for sure. Gangster. When anything Max says, 100% beyond correct, because he's been in the darkness. He's got more dirt under his fingernails than anybody. He was my coach for a long time. He was my wife's coach, Jessica, for a long time. He was my teammate, obviously, for a long time. You know, he was coached by Ivan Avdyev for a long time. He was with Donnie, and he was phase 1 of Cal Strength. I came at phase 2. The very, very start of phase 2 was my time. That's phase 2. Like, actually, I trained at this original gym for 2 weeks, and then that's when we started to pack up and move into the new gym. So, like, I almost like to say I got a little bit of the back end of phase 1. Now, I did miss Ivan Avdyev being the head coach. He went back to Bulgaria. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Bye. Finish up, buddy. All right, sorry about that. My son bonked his head. But yeah, we packed up everything and moved into the gym that you know now from all the videos, which was phase 2. But I got to be here. I can't remember if I don't think I was here at the tug of war video, but it was just really cool to see Donnie so young and Max. And there's a few videos of me training in this old gym here and then moved into the new one. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling and, kind of reminiscing here. But just this is a clip that you're not going to see a lot with Max Zeta. You guys know him. He's super famous now, Weightlifting House, commentating big world meets. And he's doing awesome. And he's really found his lane. I mean, of course, he still coaches and he's a fantastic coach and, his gym and all that good stuff, but really has found his lane in the commentary, which is really cool. But his programming is fantastic, of course, and everything is A+, but really cool shot here. This is kind of like that Pumping Iron 1977, throwback videos when everything was simple. There was no social media. There wasn't a bunch of weakness out there, a bunch of noise. It was just, guys and girls in a gym just lifting hard all day, messing around.
On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die.
We'll pause it right here on Donnie. We'll just take about 2 more minutes to wrap it up here, and I do appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to do a whole technique video on that red singlet competition I did. That's the American Open 2007, and go over the technique, how different it was, the difference between how I lift now, how I coach, the catapult method, compared to that style of technique with my first few teams, and the first handful of years of my journey in weightlifting, which was great. It was great technique. I had the best coaches ever. And just to show you how different, though, I used to lift compared to how I do now, and show the contrast there. So we'll do another podcast there. Just the speech by Al Pacino. If you haven't watched this video, it's probably a little choppy doing the screen share and through YouTube and stuff. Go home, put it on the big screen, turn it up super loud, grab an energy drink, and watch this video. I know I'm in it, so I'm kind of prideful here, but take me out of it. Just the Donnie Shankle side alone, the Al Pacino speech, it's going to get you fired up, man, because I love how, Al Pacino is talking about team, and it connects with the video of me and Donnie and the Cal Strength crew and Team Attitude Nation now, or whatever team that you're on now. You got to have people that are going to fight with you in the trenches. They're going to push you, not hold you back. And I think that's the problem out there, is there's just too many people and there's too many teams that are holding people back, and I see it, and it kills me. And just to go back to the very beginning, you got to be rugged. It's the bottom line. So, but yeah, you saw some good fire there from Donnie, some good slams, and that one video that made Tosh.0, made national television. Donnie hitting that 208. Or 212 or whatever it was in that competition, just how he looked up with the eyes. He said, I am the greatest. I'm telling you, don't let people tell you not to be confident. Don't let people tell you to not have ego. You have to know that you're the baddest son of a bitch walking into that meet. You have to be the baddest son of a bitch in the training hall and every day in practice. Are you the baddest dude in the gym? That's it. You have to be. Okay? Don't listen to the softies that are going to tell you to check your ego at the door. I've been to gyms, by the way. I've been to gyms where you walk in and it says, check your ego at the door. Fuck you, man. I'll rip that sign off and I'll break it. You know, I'll slam every bar in here with more ego than you've ever seen in your whole life. Don't tell me how to act. Don't tell me how to compete. Don't tell me how to win gold. Who are you? Who are you to tell me how to feel? Where is this blanket that's supposed to just drape over everybody in the gym that just says everyone needs to not have ego. Everyone needs to be the same and just be a zombie. Keep your emotions inside. Who are you? Who are you to tell me? If I want ego, I'm going to have ego. Let's read some comments before we get out of here. I think Matthias on here. Matthias from Denmark, the Denmark Dane. Matthias, you still with us? Thanks for listening. Yep, Adi and Hayden. Good friends. Late podcast today? Question mark. No, not really. It's 1:30 here in Portland. Let's see. Saturday. Ooh, Matthias. Yes, definitely go Saturday. Matthias has got a great question here. We have a max out tomorrow. Of course, he knows that. Max out Friday. But he goes, but the weightlifting club here in Denmark, we're gathering Saturday where people are going heavy. What should I do? Yeah. Let's definitely max out on Saturday and chase that atmosphere, Matthias. I will send you out a program for tomorrow. I'll do it tonight. So we're going to send out the bodybuilding program for the team. We're going to send out the team program, which is max effort, max out, and then I'll send you your custom program tonight as well, Matthias. So thank you for that comment. Gladiator weightlifting. By the way, it's not Greg Doucette. I don't know how he got that, but I do appreciate, even though he trolls on here, I do appreciate the love on the you guys were the OG. So that was awful nice. Thank you. Doctors are ripped. Most people just take pre-workout and energy drinks, which is beta. Okay, I don't know about that. Definitely, it's interesting. Back in the day, we never drank energy drinks. They weren't really popular. When I first started weightlifting, we drank a Monster, me and my wife, back in the day. Cal Strength days, we never drank energy drinks, though. It was weird. It was just coffee. It was just coffee all the time. Just the amount of Starbucks coffee we drank was just sickening. And we'd come in the gym and there'd be just half full Trenta iced coffees. They weren't iced anymore. And we just drink them right there on the bench from the day before. Just suck them down. Any caffeine we can get. We were just smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and eating anything we could. I mean, that's the bottom line. How many cigarettes can we smoke? How much coffee can we drink? And how much food can we eat per day? That, just to be honest with you. But we don't want to talk about that because now we want to get all fancy and we want to talk about, should we wear straps or not? You should never wear straps in training. Five days a week. 1 hour a day. Don't do the lifts together. We don't want to overtrain. Man, I guess you just have to know where I came from to sit back and watch weightlifters today talk in the videos I see. And I just hear the shit I hear and I see the shit I see and I'm just like, what the fuck? The best thing to do is get with Donnie today and just we sit there and we talk about the good old days and then Donnie will just go on these rants about today's weightlifter. That's why he doesn't go to meets. He can't be around soft men. And there's way too many soft men out there. So, but again, I don't need to do this podcast. I'm not selling anything. I'm just doing this podcast because it's fun and I express myself and hopefully it helps somebody. If you don't like it, then don't fucking listen. More comments. One more minute before we get out of here. Moses is on here. I got chills right now listening to this. Hey, thanks, Moses. Matthias says, so a double max out, wink, wink, Friday from blocks. Hey, okay, yeah, we could do some block work. Oh, I'm getting a men's group text right now from Will. I am cussing too much. Will, I'm sorry. I know. I got to work on that. Something I get feisty. That's funny, Matthias. Yeah, I'll send you something. It'll be similar. We'll go off block. What do you like? You like low or mid block or high? I'll let you pick for tomorrow since it's the bonus day. Which one do you want, Matthias? High, medium, or low blocks? Don't put limits on me. Repent, Will Hawkinson. I'm sorry, I will. Let me be me. People with 6 inches usually have perfect human anatomy. I don't know what this is. Who is this Holly 12? What are they talking about? Somebody has to. If nobody did it, it'd always be an empty gym and unsafe. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. No cleans. Okay. No cleans by Matthias. From every block. Well, Matthias, which one do you want? I'm not going to wave blocks. I mean, that's going to be tough moving those things around all the time. It's actually kind of a good idea. But, hey, in a perfect world, if you had someone to set up low block, mid block, high block, it'd be kind of an interesting program approach where you like hit the low block and then take a minute, walk over, hit the medium block, take a minute, walk over, hit the high block. That'd be funny. Awesome. I'll send that out to you guys, or Matthias. Thank you so much. I guess the one plug is join the team, do weightlifting.com. We'd love to have you. And besides that, we'll see you guys back tomorrow. Happy Thursday. Hope this podcast helped. Hope you enjoyed the video. And we'll see you back. Salute.